How's it going, everyone? I'm just your average, everyday Canadian nerd who's not actually every average day. I'm atypical, yes. And I am here to react to an average American who's reacting to the Oak Island Money Pit. So, grab your portal gun because today we're going to join Rick and Marty in exploring one of Canada's most expensive legends to ever be. And Tyler's going to learn something. And who knows, because I haven't watched this yet, it might just be accurate, or it could be totally inaccurate because we know that things have changed in the last several months in regards to the story of Oak Island and the treasure pit. So, without any more ado, we'll get this image out of the way and press play.
What's going on, everyone? I'm just
Oh, geez, yeah, I need to put that onto the headphones so that it sounds a little bit better.
Canada's mystery hole? Oak Island Money Pit. I've never heard of this. I don't know what this means. I can only really go off of what the title here is.
Oh, I hope that he brings up the classic movie The Money Pit, which is my sister's favorite movie ever. And if you don't know what movie I'm talking about, you gotta look it up. It's called The Money Pit. It has famous actors. It's not new. And let's get back into it.
Which seems to imply that there's some kind of secret money pit buried somewhere in Canada.
Yeah, so he's obviously never seen the movie. The movie, which is about a fixer-upper. Yes, that kind of money pit. I'm not going to spoil it. It's a great movie. You should check it out. Back to the story.
I don't know what we're talking about, and that's kind of why I'm fascinated to hear this little story. This kind of popped up like the Google gods recommended into my feed. This story of the Oak Island Money Pit, and
which does not star Tom Hanks.
I happily obliged, and it's like, I want to know about this money pit. Like, can I go visit this money hole and jump in and become one with the money? Or maybe I should learn about what I'm getting into before I go jump in a giant hole. That's probably a good idea. So anyway, let's check it out.
Canada has a lot of things that puzzle us. RCMP, why did they look like that? Milk in bags.
The milk in bags, I absolutely agree with. Why is the milk in bags?
Hey, why not milk in bags? Honestly, what's up with you and jugs and cartons in America? Pff, if anything, y'all the ones are crazy.
What's the point? Someone explain this to me. Makes me angry. No. Honestly, it's probably... Maybe Americans are wasting a lot of plastic. I mean, I'm positive we are. Okay. But
yeah.
Bags are made out of plastic. I'm back to not knowing anymore.
Yes, and Coke cans have a bag inside of them. So just take away the can and you've got a bag of Coca-Cola. So really, we're just cutting out the middle metal.
Do people still do this? The French. But the most puzzling thing of all has to be on Oak Island, Nova Scotia. And that would be...
Oak Island. Where is Oak Island?
Nova Scotia.
Oak Island.
In Nova Scotia.
Oak Island. Nova Scotia, Canada.
Yes,
Nova
Canada.
Scotia.
That's right. It's in Canada.
Oh.
Which would be why this is recommended
Oh.
to him.
We were really...
in Canada.
Huh.
Nova Scotia.
Wow, I never really thought about Nova Scotia before. Huh. It's over here on the east, like southeast. Wow.
Like, now I'm wondering if Tyler's ever heard of the Trailer Park Boys, because that's some Nova Scotia right there.
That's actually fascinating.
Oak Island, Nova Scotia. And that would be this hole right here.
What is it?
This is the Oak Island Money Pit, the site of a 200-year ongoing treasure hunt.
Wait, is there literally a giant hole on Oak Island? Nova Scotia? Canada? How did a hole get there?
Giant is a relative term. It is a hole, and it's in Nova Scotia on Oak Island, correct.
Why would there be treasure in it? And why don't people just run there and get the treasure? Maybe they do. Maybe that's what this is about.
Maybe.
What's in it?
Well, I don't really know. But that's why I said ongoing. But the theories surrounding this pit are crazy enough that they could literally rewrite history as we know it.
Right. Why? What kind of treasure are we talking about?
That was a creepy little animation.
For one thing. And the big question is, how would a giant random hole be put on an island, for one thing, by who, why, and why'd they bury all their treasure there? It's actually like one of the only instances of a real life treasure hunt that I'm aware of, actually, hearing about this.
Well, there's more.
Oh.
How was it found?
Glad you asked. The year is 1799, or
Okay, like 200 years ago?
somewhere around there. A
Practically.
little lad named Daniel McGinnis is looking to make a farm on the island. But instead, he ends up finding depression. Oh, sorry, a depression. He finds a depression in the ground. He remembers hearing stories of the
So imagine being this random kid, just like trying to survive 200 years ago, running around, like getting ready to do work, and you just stumble upon a pit of treasure? It's kind of nice.
pirate Captain Kidd and his treasures being buried on the island. Now what sounds better, making a farm or pirate booty? Think about it.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, whoa! Well, when you make it into an
Pirate booty.
image, when you put it like this kind of imagery, this does sound pretty, alluring.
It's the pirate booty. So he decides to row on home and then he returns with 3 friends. John Smith, Anthony Vaughn, and Mr. Spade.
Did he just find a hole in the ground, or did he know there was treasure there? And to travel all the way home, get some help, and then come back to dig more. What made him so sure this was even worth looking into?
After digging down
Was there like a giant golden sword sticking halfway out of the ground where it was obvious?
just 2 feet, they find a layer of flagstones, but they press on. At the 10-foot mark, they found a layer of oak logs. Kinda weird, but think
Wait, yeah, he only found it as a small depression in the ground.
There you go.
Then was like, hey, this feels to me like a place where I can dig 80 feet down and find treasure.
Okay, I don't know if he's ever been out in the woods or something, but I can tell you that when you're out in a forest just kind of wandering around and you find a big open plain and you go walking through that plain, you see a lot of bedrock poking out, okay? And if you find a spot where the ground is not as even as the rest of the ground and it just happens to be a little sunk in, and it's in a circular shape, you'd think circles, they don't just pop up into the ground like that normally. So something or someone might have put that circle there.
Come on, guys, let's go take a look. And everyone was like, okay, that sounds good. I guess
See, it makes sense to me, right?
you didn't have quite as much to do 200 years ago, so it's kind of like, why not?
thinking that they're getting close, they press on. 20 feet down, another layer of oak logs, but guess what they do?
They press on?
So,
They press
once you're digging
on.
in this hole, and you start to find, clearly man-made barriers that have been set up, then I can see why your interest is piqued. You're like, okay, what are we trying to protect down here that's so valuable?
Right? Like, is it a well that got filled in? Is it a well that collapsed? No, it's been deliberately buried. Is there a monster in the hole? We gotta find out more. Let's dig. That's the Canadian way.
That we're burying it this far with this many barriers.
No, they give up.
Sheesh.
They gave up? After finding another barrier? It's like, why? That's when everyone would be like, oh, there's something here.
But then
The portal to hell.
other groups kept digging and found all sorts of weird stuff. Charcoal, putty, beach stones, even coconut fiber, and the nearest coconut trees are very far away, until
Wow.
eventually they pulled out a stone tablet with these weird symbols on it.
What?
Still untranslated.
I mean, were they able to determine where culturally, geographically, these symbols are from?
Surprise.
This is like the most legit treasure mystery I've ever heard of. I've never heard of this story either. Just on like this island in Canada, Nova Scotia. Oak Island, I should say. I've never heard of this. It's actually fascinating.
It is.
But oops, it was a trap, and the hole ended up filling with water. They tried pumping the water, drilling into the hole, digging new holes, dynamite, sacrifice.
Wait, did the creators of the mystery hole design it to flood on purpose?
No, it was probably more like groundwater just kind of filled in the space, like how digging a well works.
And if so, did the people who put the hole there ever intend to be able to retrieve whatever is under it? Because it seems like it was kind of built for no one to be able to get to it, unless it's like, okay, only the guy who's willing to go through hell and dig and swim it was worthy of this treasure.
Now, that's the funny thing is, like, we haven't figured it out. I'm kind of... like, I'm joking here, but I'm also kind of serious when I say, like, a portal to hell. Maybe it was sealed up, like... Y'all ever watch the show Supernatural, you know, where you gotta salt and burn the bones? Only turns out that was the wrong way to get rid of ghosts, but that's a whole, like, season 3 storyline that we're not going to get into right now. The real point is, I think that was some sort of seal. Not like, kiss from a rose on a grave kind of seal. And not like the R kind of seal, but more like the Fuin kind of seal.
Is it like that kind of thing?
People wasted countless hours, went entirely bankrupt, and 6 people lost their lives. There's even
Wow.
a rumor saying a 7th person must die before the treasure is found.
There are rumors that up to 14 people have died so far. We only know about 6.
Okay, so this makes sense to me. That people are interested. It's not that people don't care. They care a lot. It's just that this hole, this whatever is here, treasure maybe, is extraordinarily difficult to get at.
Isn't that a bit weird? Don't you think? Who would make that up? Anyways, here's some other stuff they found. The stone tablet gets translated. They think it says 40 feet below, 2 million pounds are buried.
What?
That is one translation, but there is not much credibility behind it.
Wait. Why would it... So if we're talking about pounds, then it's like a British Empire, United Kingdom thing.
It could also be a value of weight, because the term pound has been used throughout history, multiple different cultures. Like, there was an Egyptian pound, which was different from the English pound.
That could span hundreds of years in the past. Why would they bury millions of pounds here?
And I think it's really interesting, the French word for pound, if we're talking about weight, is book. It's because one book weighs approximately 1 pound? Is that why? Does that mean there's 40 books to go before... No, 2 million books. 2 million books buried 40 feet below.
40 feet below. So, were people really not able to just get 40 feet deeper? It doesn't seem like that much. Couldn't we, like, build another tunnel from the side and go in, like, sideways on it or something? Now this is gonna get me into one of those obsessed treasure hunters that unfortunately died trying to find this thing.
He will be number 7.
What the hell does that mean? There are flood tunnels running from Smith's Cove to the hole. That's why it floods. Drilling found evidence of chests, gold chains, and parchment. Rocks organized.
Wow. So it's kind of designed to flood, and they know for a fact that there's treasure and gold and paper.
There's evidence of... Not quite the same.
This is extremely elaborate. You really don't see stuff like this in real life. This is like from the movies.
Drilling found evidence of chests, gold chains, and parchment. Rocks organized into a triangle that just point at the hole. Hatch
What?
on the other side of the island that goes nowhere. Four
What?
weird cones.
Now it's like a whole conspiracy is brewing. All this stuff, like around the hole? People put serious effort into this.
Shaped rocks that connect to make a big cross. Then there's another rock where they intersect and it has a face.
What?
Hello there.
What?
I don't-
What? I can see why there are conspiracies and stories about this. This is like, adds up to be the perfect little treasure story.
like it.
Yeah.
Now this all leaves you with about 500 questions of what the hell's going on, and I'm barely
Yes.
scratching the surface. My
Yeah.
head hurts. It is splitting. I am dead. I am alive. Who's behind this hole? Theory number 1, big booty bad boys. It was the golden age of piracy around 1650 to 1720, so it could have actually been the rumored treasure of Captain Kidd, a privateer who was supposed to take out pirates who became a pirate himself. And
Captain Kidd. So, I mean, would pirates, I know in stories, pirates bury their treasure and, pirate treasure and all that, but does that happen in real life? Would a pirate really go through all this effort to bury his treasure here? Wouldn't they want to just spend their treasure? I never really understood that.
and then when he got captured, he was like,
Oh, please, I buried my treasure on an island east of New York. I'll tell you where it is.
but then he got hung. Twice.
Hanged. The past tense of a hanging is to be hanged. To be hung refers to something else.
Or maybe it was Edward Blackbeard Thatch, the pirate known for setting his beard on fire before battles. That's crazy. He
What?
apparently famously boasted that he buried his treasure where only he and Satan himself can find it.
Right? Like it's a portal to hell. There's demons sealed under the hole. That's my headcanon.
I mean, I guess these theories aren't that crazy. If the pirates themselves were saying they bury their treasure, but why did he make it so darn hard to get to? How did he plan to get to it?
All right, so that's like the whole point of burying treasure is that it's hard to get to. Okay, so imagine you're out there pirating on the high seas, okay? So you take over a boat, you kill a bunch of people, you take all of their loot, and then you've got it, right? And so you've got it. That's good. Okay, now let's get back to Port Royal so we can sell our treasure. But there's a bunch of ships out in between you and Port Royal, so you gotta, whoa, what if I get caught on my way there? Then my treasure is gonna get taken away. So what do we do with the treasure? Oh, there's an island right over there. Let's go bury it. But we gotta bury it somewhere safe, somewhere nobody's gonna accidentally stumble upon it. So we're gonna set up an elaborate series of signs that will lead us there, if only we can remember which island. But don't worry, we live on the high seas, so we're gonna find that island. We're gonna find our little signs, and if the worst case Ontario, then we're gonna find that hatch that leads to or we're gonna find the cove with and we're gonna get it. So let's make sure that we and buried treasure.
My question.
But why would pirates ever bury their treasure? They're
Yeah.
thieves, not capitalists.
Yeah.
They steal, they spend, they wear eye patch. A life
Exactly. Yes.
too simple for designing a crazy booby-trapped hole. The only thing they dig is a swashbuckling good time. Fuck. Theory number 2.
Okay. People misunderstand pirates. What can I say? What is the pirate's favorite letter? Aye, you think it be R, but his true love be the C.
Holy Hole Guys. The Knights Templar was a group of holy boys said to have been protecting the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, and a really cool rock that Jesus liked.
Okay.
That's a pretty good rock. Some people think that they came over to
That makes me think some of the stories, Jesus was on the spectrum, right? He's just autistic. He came home one day with a really cool rock, and he's like, guys, I love this rock.
the Oak Island in the 1300s to hide all these artifacts.
Wow, imagine. I mean, that's enough to motivate a lot of people, I bet. Just the idea that all these historical, Ark of the Covenant stuff, are you kidding me? That'd be insane, So I can see why people are motivated to look into this.
Yeah, we gotta find Jesus' really cool rock. Oh, by the way, in case you're thinking like I'm dunking on autistic people or anything, I'm on the spectrum. I happen to be known as autism spectrum without cognitive impairment or something like that, without cognitive deficit. Anyway, I'm the awkward type who used to be known as an Aspie or having Asperger's, like, and yeah, I don't have any really interesting rocks at my desk here except for these clicky clack math rocks that I've got, which oh yeah, the camera really picks up some of their beauty. Yes, my clicky clack math rocks. This is just a small sample of the spare math rocks that I have, because I have so many that I put a bunch in a bowl in case I needed to snack on some math rocks while I'm making videos.
Just the thought, the chance that these Knights Templar buried like historical religious artifacts in this hole. It's just right here. It's right there. It's right there for the taking. Just got to get to it. Is exciting, honestly, you know?
Facts, and there's actually a decent amount of evidence to back this. They found a lead cross, a Templar coin, and a crossbow bolt that they thought to have been used by the Templars.
Okay.
Here's an old Masonic Templar map. Here's Oak Island. Here's a Templar cipher. Here's...
Oh no, this is gonna turn me into a conspiracy treasure hunter. No, it's
a
working.
stone tablet. The resemblance is uncanny. And there's also Nolan's cross, which looks like a cross. They love crosses.
Right?
Okay. I mean, this is the kind of stuff where I'm like, did they just find some random rocks, and if you found enough rocks, you would make a cross shape, you know? Are we just looking for things here that we want to see?
And, you know, here's where we take it another step further, right? Like, if you take the cross and you turn it 45 degrees, X marks the spot.
Or does it really exist? Or sounds like some of this stuff is reasonable, and other is like, no, maybe those are just random rocks.
They're theories.
This is a very summarized version of this theory. Theory number 3, the Uh-Oh hole. Some people think it's just a sinkhole that's captured artifacts throughout the years. But
What? Come on. Like, that's boring. Boo.
Yes, very boring, but very possible considering how the water would stream in. Because sinkholes in the common era are often caused by groundwater that makes dirt collapse, and then the street collapses and eats a car.
I don't want it to be that one. How would stuff just valuable stuff randomly just fall into this sinkhole? Imagine that's actually the truth, and I'm one of the naysayers that's like, no, can't possibly be that.
It could totally be that.
And that's like the truth.
Might be.
That's how it would be, wouldn't it?
I highly doubt this because so much evidence points towards purposeful human activity.
Yeah.
Even if it is true, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. It's way too boring.
He's exactly my feelings.
Oh no. Today was a bad day to have all that gold on me. I'm gonna be treasure! Ow. But that's all I really have to say about the hole. There's so many more clues and theories that I didn't even get to touch on, but I recommend you look some of them up. It's pretty cool. I just hope that we find the treasure soon. Thanks for watching. Whoa. I found the Jesus rock. How do I get out of here?
Now, just to add a little bit more in here, there is a team of brothers who have been exploring the Oak Island hole, and they are known as Rick and Marty, hence the joke at the beginning of the video. There has been more treasure found, and one such treasure is like an ornate brooch of some kind. It has a star pattern to the stone that it was made out of, and there seems to be a red ruby-like gem in the center that makes me want those delicious cookies with the red goop in the middle. Ooh.
I like that a lot. Mostly because of Ginger Pale. I liked that video. I loved that animation and that style.
Me too.
Oak Island, man.
It's a good story.
Oak Island money pit.
Yeah.
What is it? I mean,
There it
there's a
is.
Wikipedia on it, for crying out loud.
It's a thing.
It's buried treasure, unexplained objects found near Oak Island.
Yeah.
Theories about it. This is fascinating, man.
It is.
I never knew. And it seems like there's actually water in the pit, stone with markings.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of theories about why this could be here. I've never heard of this. And it's, I mean, it kind of piqued my interest that
It's
the
neat.
narrator was saying he was only scratching the surface on the information available on this Oak Island money pit mystery.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good mystery, a good treasure hunt. And this is like the best example of a real life treasure mystery I've ever heard. Right here, right in Canada, on an island. Who knew? Definitely not me. And of course, the presentation of this mystery was very entertaining, which helped. But it seems like a lot of people really care about this, and for good reason. It's seems like one of the only like realistic treasure hunts going on in the modern day. So I'm actually really glad I learned about this. That was fascinating. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video,
or this
feel
one.
free to give it a like or leave a comment.
Do it.
And if you're interested in more
it.
videos like this,
Or
me
this.
reacting to
Me reacting to
Canadian
him.
stories,
Thinking
Canadian
about
culture,
cookies, like the
random stuff I've
jam
never seen
thumbprint
before
cookie.
in Canada, feel free
now I
to
want
subscribe
cookies.
for more. And until
Yes.
then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Yes,
What's going on?
Thank you very much for watching. If this video has piqued your interest in the jam thumbprint cookies as much as it has my interest in the cookies, please leave a comment down below telling me what is your favorite cookie, because my favorite cookie is a mystery that's going to have to wait for later. No, it is not the thumbprint cookie. I'll tell you, it has to do with clicky clack math rocks. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I had fun. This has been a great day for me. No particular reason. And I hope you all have a great day, night, morning, or whatever it is, wherever you are. And have a great day. Keep being awesome. Bye.
Science, spirit, life. Nerd Pumpkin.